Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here, and friends, today we're going to talk about the market. I was just doing a quick roundup of the market. I was totally out of touch for 15 days while I was on vacation, and I have some quips on each of our genomic stocks. And this market update is just focused on genomics. I'll do a AI market update separately. So let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Let's go to the TradingView platform first. The first positive I see here is that the Nasdaq futures are looking green. They are up 0.68%. It's around 9 p.m. and the markets are still open out there. So that's a very big positive sign. If you look at indicators, let us quickly look at QQQ. I've removed all the resistance lines and everything, and I just want to look at a high level. So I think that our absolute safety is going to be somewhere out here. If I draw a line out here and color that green, so this is the absolute bottom up to which I would expect QQQ to drop, which is around 388.42. So that's what I am expecting. And let me just remove this off. We have been dropping. So one way of looking at that would be that we have got higher lows out here, which is a positive. We have not had that. So if I was to look at possible projection, not to jinx anything, but if I was to connect these 2 points out here, could it be that we are in another bull channel? I don't know. Time will tell how it's going to go. But if you look at the RSI, there is still momentum is still below average. So I needed that to go above average so that I can be more confident of this. So let us take this off. Assuming that it's not on a bull channel, what is the worst that could happen? Well, it could fall down further, and we have the 100-day exponential moving average, which is this white line out here, which is sitting at 401.18. That would be the next stop, and there's a huge area of support out here. This green bar that you see here is a huge area of support. But if we did break down from here, then as I said, we are looking at something around 388, which will be this point out here, which is around 387.88 or 388, something like that. So that's the prognosis out here for QQQ. And of course, everything will depend on how the Fed decides to communicate and all the other developments that we have across the globe. And if you look at the VIX, it has been elevated for a while, and it still has got a support somewhere around 13.74 if it were to come down. And VIX is only going to escalate as we go further ahead. Right now it's on a downward trend. Don't know how long it can last. Next, let us look at S&P 500, which seems to be consolidating, and it's got more of higher lows. So this looks optimistic, and the same can be said almost for Dow Jones. It's more or less consolidating. There are no lower lows, so that's a good positive out here. And if you look at Russell Index, it went up, but it's now consolidating a little bit. But we don't have any lower lows, so that's again another positive out here. And as far as US oil is concerned, it's coming down, and put call ratio is neutral. And we'll see that our broad-based support has eroded significantly, and we don't have much support. I think most of the pulling and pushing is being done by the AI sector. And let's look at genomics now. In genomics, Prime is doing very well, and it's up because it won IND approval for its PM359 for the treatment of chronic granulomatous disease, and winning the IND has been a catalyst, and that's the reason why we are seeing these jumps. When friends, I'm going to keep on repeating that all these improvements in price for genomic companies, it's not sustainable. As long as the interest rates remain high, we need interest cuts for this industry to survive. So that's how I look at it. And next, let us go on to look at Beam. And Beam has done well today. And one of the things that I would like to say about Beam is that it's not expected to report well. But if they surprise, we can have a price jump. Again, that price jump cannot be sustained. So we got the earnings coming up very soon. It's going to be on 7th of May. PSEB is down 4.14% at this stage. It's almost tending towards $1, and Verve was up 2.5%. And with regard to Verve, I think it's got this huge gap down, and since then it has not recovered. Let us hope that in earnings it has got something that can help us move the stock up a little bit. Intelia was up 3.42%, and it has got a potential catalyst in the horizon. Intelia Therapeutics will present updated data from phase 1/2 study of Intelia NTLA 2002 for the treatment of HAE or hereditary angioedema at the EAACI Congress 2024, and they are going to be presenting on the 3rd of June 2024. We also have their earnings due on May 9 as well. All these can cause a upward movement in anticipation of some catalyst, but the upward movement of the price cannot be sustained once the catalyzing events are over. That's again because of high interest rates. Next, let us look at CRISPR Therapeutics, which was up 2.3%. And CRISPR Therapeutics also has a potential catalyst. CRISPR is going to do an oral presentation highlighting the company's lipid nanoparticle approach for ocular editing. And that will be presented at the American Society of Gene and Cell Therapy 2024 annual meeting, which will take place between May 7th and 11th of 2024 in Baltimore. And it's going to be virtual as well as in person. So that could probably give us a catalyst out there, because the LNP approach for ocular editing will probably open up a new chapter for CRISPR. Next, I'm looking at Allogene, which was up significantly in the last 2 days. Today also it opened up higher, but it had to fall down below the 9-day exponential. Recently, I made a video of Allogene, I think this morning, so you can check that out and you'll get more ideas. And then we are looking at Editas, which was up 2.74%. And Editas has extended its collaboration with Bristol Myers Squibb in autologous and allogenic alpha beta T cell medicines for the treatment of cancer and autoimmune diseases for another 2 years. So it seems BMS has opted for 13 different programs across 11 gene targets to date as part of the collaboration that can be extended for up to an additional 2 years. So BMS is seeing value out here, and the market is also responding with confidence on Editas. That's how I would look at the current increase in price for Editas. Again, friends, as I said, as long as the interest rates are high, all these jumps are just sentimental, and they will just give way back again to lower share prices. Next, we have IMTX, which was up 0.74%. I'm not sure why IMTX jumped significantly the day before. Today was a thin doji candle, but I'm still looking for the reasons. If I find that, I will let you know. And ALT seems to be leveling off, and it's I think potentially looking at a trend reversal, in my opinion, because the lower lows have stopped to be so steep, and we have had higher highs out here. So let us see what happens going forward. And let us look at ARCG, which was up 0.92%. Illumina was down 0.55%. But Illumina reported recently, and it has marginally exceeded EPS expectations and came 2.4% above in revenue expectations. And the stock is down 0.69% post-market, as you can see out here. And I think we'll have to wait for the Grail disposal to happen for it to get a boost. That is my personal opinion. And then I say look at Bluebird, which is down 0.66%. It has become a penny stock, and it's in a world of hurt with class action lawsuit prospects, as well as notice of non-compliance from NASDAQ for late filing of annual report, and also they made some wrong accounting. So it's all looking a bit bleak for Bluebird right now. And Bionano Genomics was down 0.96%, and we have Caribou Biosciences, which was down 1.36%. I love this stock, but it's looking very, very scary. It seems to be leveling off right now, but I think their lupus therapy could be a game changer for them. But in this high interest environment, their share could go down further if interest rate remain high for longer. So that's the total sum of what I think about our genomic sector shares and the NASDAQ and all the indices. So friends, I think the FANG stacks or the stocks or the Mag 5 is actually doing the pulling, in my opinion. Recently, we saw the situation of AGT with regard to its funding situation for phase 1 of their HIV therapy, gene therapy. It's illustrative of the fact that the markets are very tight and the interest rates are very high, and if they remain high for longer, many of the companies in our watch list will have trouble getting money to continue with their phase 1 or 2 clinical trials, which means that their share price will drop down further. So I think one would hope that we see some reducing in the interest rates, or else this sector is likely to be toast, in my opinion. It's a very promising sector. There are a lot of great things happening, but companies like CRISPR Therapeutics would probably be able to weather the storm. And I also think Illumina will be able to weather the storm because it's a bigger company, and all the bad days, in my opinion, for Illumina is behind, and they're looking at a new dawn, and things should look better for them. And besides, all research institutions and all these startup companies, everybody will need Illumina products. So that's my reasoning behind that. So with that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. I'll catch up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.